hope that you are enjoying the art with this new platform that we really like. It's Arium. And finally, we have the possibility of meeting again with our faces and voice. And we're very happy to be here. Special thanks to Dan and Jason who helped to put up this whole thing. And we are really, really grateful. So this is a preview of what will happen tomorrow on Platform Nifty Gateway, where Hackatao and Skygolpe collaborated in the creation of a portraits collection for a drop that will happen tomorrow. There are many stories to say about this collaboration. It's not easy to start from somewhere, but maybe we should just take it from what collaboration is, especially in the crypto art space. And also I invite you to read the article that you will find on the wall of the concept room. It's an article on Artsy where we speak about collaboration in the space and this specific collaboration that these artists had. The story is really beautiful. Skygolpe said that when he came to the show that I organized last October in Rome, he had the first contact where he was exhibited through Mokta. He saw for the first time the art pieces by Hackatao, these canvases, and he was very fascinated by, also the physical presence and the real encounter. And that's when he started to think about a collaboration that could have with them, and finally it's happening. I keep telling everybody that it was a pleasure that happened on... Huh? No. I keep saying everybody that it was a pleasure that happened on Sunday mornings. We have been working on this project for a while now. We would meet on Sunday mornings and put together our thoughts. It was not only a collaboration, but it was also a co-curation that I've done with Serena Tabacchi of Mokta. Finally, we got to find and we agree on a theme that represented the four of us, and we think pretty much all the people who are here, which is the digital unconscious and this collective, we say, hallucination, which was hidden until recently and now had the chance to came to light. So we explored the theme of unconscious and awareness from 2 points of view, a philosophical one and a more social and historical one. Philosophical one because, and we had Skygolpe more on the side of Freud and Hackatao more on the side of Jung. So where we, as human beings, we are all connected in this ocean of unconscious, and we're just the end of a whole iceberg which is hidden in the ocean. And so and from the social historical point of view, we thought about this ocean of the unconsciousness being occupied by the digital and crypto art community that for years has been sharing this collective hallucination and this digital collective hallucination, and now recently had the chance to come up to light as the iceberg and finally show up. What you see here, the collection of these portraits, I'm sure that all of you would know these two artists, Hackatao and Skygolpe. You see that the result of the mix of the two styles, and then we will tell you more about how he creatively happened. It's not really only a mix, but pretty much both of them push the boundaries of the other one. Is this very contemporary portraits that represent all of us, especially as a community, which is the crypto art community, and they do it in a way that obviously there are only a few creators in the world that can at least have a contact with the future, and those are artists. In terms of creative collaboration, it was also very nice to hear from them what happened when they came together, besides the choice of the theme and how to develop the whole project. Then it came the time when they had to create. So for instance, as you will notice, it is the first time ever that Portrait by Skygolpe shows and portraits a woman. This was an input that came from Hackatao, especially from the female part of Hackatao. We were all very much sustaining this idea, and so Skygolpe took the challenge, and he came up with a female portrait. And instead, for Hackatao, what happened was that, for instance, during the collaboration, Skygolpe took, I see a noise. Oh, Serena is here.
Can you guys hear me? Can you see me okay?
Yeah. Yeah, and so I was saying, and then I will leave the microphone to Serena. And I was saying that, yeah, and on the contrary, what happened for Hackatao was that Skygolpe took one of the details of the drawing by Hackatao, and it just made it bigger. He enlarged the drawing, and the first reaction of Hackatao was like, wait, this is not Hackatao. You cannot do that. You cannot like enlarge our art. But then they thought about it, and they also took the challenge, as he did for the female figure, and they thought that it works very well. And so finally, what everybody understood here, the fourth of us, I think I can say, and especially the artists, is that collaboration is good for many reasons, but probably the best advantage and thing that you can take out of it is the fact that you get to know yourself better through the other. So this kind of creative actions and acts could have never happened without the other artists pushing each other, and so it was a very good chance to growth artistically, and obviously as a community and as a group of people working together. Yeah, Serena, do you want to add anything? You have to come into the red circle.
Okay. Is this okay? Can everyone see me and hear me fine?
Yep.
Just a quick check.
You're on the microphone, yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all for bearing with me. I had some issues in logging in, but I'm here now and in this wonderful location. So thank you all for putting this together. It's been an amazing experience collaborating with two of the most creative artists and Skygolpe as well. It's been an amazing experience in terms of co-curation and collaboration. So I will share with you what this meant for me as a curator working on this project alongside Eleonora. So when we started this project, I don't know if Eleonora gave you a background story, but we started having calls on Sunday mornings, and those were kind of like our usual appointments where we were discussing what the unconscious meant for all of us and how we wanted to visualize it. You know, what was the aesthetic experience of the unconscious? And we also started reflecting on what the technology meant to us, and also what influence the NFTs and the old communities have had over the past months in the experience we all created in having ourselves online. And so whether our online presence was still part and connected of who we are as human beings, or was kind of like an alter ego of us. And so getting lost in this sea, as we described it, of the unconscious was fascinating because, as you can see in the works here surrounding us, there's always, a hint to what it feels like to get lost into something that we don't know. And we will probably would never know because we don't have the tools to access what we can only see at the surface. So this has been an experience where we've been trying to dig up and explore what we feel and how we connect with those parts that often we don't relate to on our everyday life because of the paradigms that society has created, and so that we follow because those are a given. So it's been extremely challenging for us as well. But I think we all came out of this experience refreshed. And given, the works that you see in this room today are probably the closest we got to experiencing this unconsciousness and how we felt about it. And this was really like a work that came out of five of us working together on Sunday mornings, and the artist working very close, even though they were not sharing a physical studio, but just a virtual one, but creating as one. So as probably Eleonora suggested before, there are similarities, but also very different styles that we see here combined very harmoniously. So you see Skygolpe having these traits of putting a frame around what often is left as a blank canvas. You see those portraits with a void, instead of having a defined face. Hackatao instead are a duo that love to create detailed story and connect all of those stories with plenty of references. Often in the crypto art space, we don't find an historical note of what is happening in the present moment. So artworks become a testimony of the present for the future. And I think in this exhibition, we can state that the past months have been very well encapsulated in those works and really connect with the essence of ourselves and how we've been feeling throughout also the pandemic, and how the technology has enabled communities to come together to explore the networks that we've all created, and how we've been shaping and influencing these, and how we as humans have had an impact on the technology, and how the technology has enabled us to get closer to our human soul, and the fact that there's no separation between the tech and the human parts, that it's all seen as one. So that's something I wanted to share. And maybe a little curiosity is that the first time I was actually receiving a call from Hackatao and Skygolpe and Eleonora, I was walking by the sea, and I was facing the Adriatic Sea in Italy, and I will always keep with me that memory and the fact that what we're talking about here today, it connects with the ocean and with the deep. So to me, being part of this project was extremely, profound on a personal level, but also an amazing professional experience working with these talents that you have in the room today.
Yes, thank you, Serena. It's been a pleasure for everyone. A
You have
few
to get on the. You
more,
have to get on
a
the
few
thing.
more curiosities and interesting things that happen during the creation, for instance, is that at first appearance, you might think that the two artists have completely opposite approach to what they created, how they created, and it could be true. But then in the end, we realize that what they actually do is just two opposite reactions to the same thing, which is what we call the horror, which is the fear of void. So, for instance, as you can see in Skygolpe, his portraits are always empty, and while Hackatao tend to feel everything. And I've heard from them that going back to when Skygolpe enlarged and made the detail bigger, the first instinct was not to accept it. The second instinct was to feel it back again. But again, it was they're very different. Skygolpe said that he really has this need of putting things out very quickly. It's the same need that as artists Hackatao have during their creation, during the flow of drawings and the creative flow, but it's just lower. So it was very cool to see this. We can call it opposite similarities. It's always very nice to see how actually closer creative people are. And I think that maybe Skygolpe could come up for a second to explain the fun mechanism of the drop tomorrow, if you like to do so. Siamo. Mm.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, was my bad. My bad. My mic was mute. So I simply would like to thanks everyone for joining. I think this is another, evidence of the how magic this movement is. Like what we are doing today is very special. Like seeing each other and gathering a bunch of friends, and artists, collector, all in the same place is. So I'm very excited and really thanks everyone to join. The idea of this space was really to recreate the unconscious, and I think we really managed to do that. So I hope you're enjoying the experience. And for the drop, simply, we really took it in a very experimental way. So from the beginning, it was really how to build an experience also in the drop side. So I think we balance it in a. I think the drop is quite well balanced. There is there will be some open editions. There will be the body of the drop will in a way preserve more the scarcity side, which is very important for both of us. And there is the last drawing, which was so it's a special drawing, is an experiment, and it was a great way to just push a little the boundaries and see what we could have came up as idea to just make everything more complete and interesting. So once again, thanks everyone for joining, and maybe now we can just simply chat together on the floor and just look at the art all together. Thanks again.
Yeah, let's get less formal. And if you have any questions, just we'll meet on the floor and chat. Hopefully, we can do this on Arium. Very happy to answer any questions that you have. Enjoy the show.